And this is what really annoys me. You don't speak to Palestinians. You don't dare to speak directly to Palestinians. What are they, beneath you or something? You want to speak about Palestinians. You want to read articles about them and put words in their mouth, but you don't want to actually speak to Palestinians. And I know that you don't, because I do. I do every day. Every single day. And from speaking to Palestinians and understanding this occupation since before October 7th and following in detail every aspect of this genocide, of this round of genocide since it began occurring under the Biden-Harris administration, I knew that the point that we're at now was the point that we were always going to get to. You realize that you don't reach mass starvation, forced starvation overnight. You do realize that the occupational colony was systematically targeting things like bakeries and food distribution warehouses with the missiles that were given to them by the Biden and Harris administration, in which they bypassed Congress several times illegally to do. This is the process of genocide. After all of that systematic destruction of UN distribution sites, of bakeries, of residential buildings, of places that people can go, of their water sources, of their internet. That all leads to the final solution in which we are witnessing now. You would know this if you, one, had been paying attention at all, and two, had been actually seeking out and speaking with Palestinians in Gaza this whole time. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to speak to Palestinians. You just want to speak about them. You just want to put words in their mouths. You just want to use headlines of articles to claim that you know exactly what they're thinking and feeling. Again, if you had been paying attention, you would understand that one of the first events that Kamala Harris spoke at, was a real estate conference for real estate corporations that were looking to purchase and build resorts and real estate on the land in Gaza after it has been ethnically cleansed. And then I'm going to round this whole thing out with how y'all only consider fascism when it's happening to people here. Newsflash. The United States government been fascist for a very long fucking time. But it seems to be only when that imperial boomerang comes back and starts hitting us square in the forehead that people here want to start calling it fascism, when it always has been. The United States has participated in many genocides since its inception and has been the key role in perpetuating those genocides. There are currently 3 other genocides, amongst others, going on currently in Congo, in Sudan, and in Palestine. All of which the United States is 100% a participant in. In order to maintain our government as it exists now, our neoliberal imperialist government, which is what it is, you have to perpetuate fascism. Our entire economy is upheld by brutal imperialism, by the brutalization, subjugation, and ethnic cleansing and genocide of people in the global south. But you don't consider that fascism. No, it's not fascism. Not fascism unless it's happening to us, apparently. As I stated before, the number one opinion coming from actual Palestinians from Palestine, from Gaza, from the West Bank, has been that it doesn't matter who is sitting in the White House because it is U.S. policy to commit genocide against the Palestinians. You love articles so much, you want to depend on articles so much, I literally linked you an article, also from Al Jazeera, stating that Palestinians with family in Gaza who live in the West Bank were saying that under Trump, it would continue and it would be quick. Under Kamala, she would continue with her predecessor and the Democratic Party, which is to continue the genocide, in which he claimed he thought it would be slower and more painful. And I watched in real time as liberals, after Kamala lost the election, now all of a sudden wanted to say what was happening in Gaza was bad. What was happening in Gaza was a genocide. When we literally watched a 19-year-old boy, amongst so many other gruesome deaths, we watched a 19-year-old boy burned to death in his hospital bed with the IV still in his arm under the Biden-Harris administration. I watched child after child bleed out in their parents' arms. I saw disemboweled children. I saw many headless toddlers and babies. all under the Biden-Harris administration. And I'm not washing my hands of anything. I understand that as a US citizen, I am also complicit in this. I'm not somebody who takes being told that I'm complicit and sees it as an offense. I see it as a way that I need to motivate myself to try and offset that complicity by me living here. I don't take it as an insult. I take it as a call to action. What a lot of y'all need to do is get over your own fucking ego, actually speak to the people that you are trying to speak for, and understand that just because the imperial boomerang is just now coming back to hit us doesn't mean that we haven't been fascist for all of this time. Okay, thanks, bye.